In this video I'm going to show you how we make this sort of petaled ruffled effect on the bottom of our cake. So I've got a 3-tier cake. You can't really see that it's 3-tiered very well on here. Just the bottom tier that we're going to cover. So I've done the front so you can see what it looks like, and I'll turn it around and do the back. So I'll show you first of all how we make the petals, and then we'll stick them on. So to make the petals, I've got some normal fondant that I'm just going to mix with a bit of my modelling and flour paste, which is a bit hard because it's not very warm in the room at the moment. So I'm just going to knead it to soften it, and then we'll mix them together. It's about half and half I'm using. Okay, so I'm just going to take, so that now it's mixed together, I'm just going to dust my work surface with some corn flour. I'm just going to roll it out nice and thin, the same way you would if we were making flowers. If it's too thick, we won't be able to frill the edges of our petals properly. Okay, so we've rolled it really quite thin now. You'll find if you're just using normal fondant, you won't get it as thin without it tearing. So I'm going to use this rose petal cutter, and I'll just cut out a couple of these. Okay, and what we're going to do is just frill the edges of each of them. So I'm going to take my little foam pad, mine's probably seen better days, and we're going to put that on there. And then I'm going to use a balling tool, and I'm just going to run it around the edge. It wants to stick today, to thin just the edges of each petal, like so. So I'm going to move that one to one side. If you find them quite difficult to move around, just put a bit more modelling paste in if they're a bit too soft. Mine would probably benefit from a tiny bit more modelling paste in, I think. Okay, we'll do one more. Obviously, if you're doing these for the full cake, you'll need to do loads and loads, but we'll just work on a few at a time. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put some water in the centre. So we're just going to put a bit in the centre. And what I'm going to do is just kind of scrunch the flour up a little bit, so they'll flap around a little bit. And you're going to make a few of those, and then what we'll do is we stick them onto the cake. So I'll just leave that to one side. You might find when it's on the cake we need to move the petals around. You can, if you prefer, stick 2 of these together. So we'll put some water into the centre, and then we'll put this one into there like so. A bit more water in the centre. Now my petals are flopping around a bit, but don't worry about that too much. Okay, so it just makes it a little bit bigger, bulkier, this one. And then we'll stick them onto the cake. So you'll see the cake is just covered in fondant like you would do normally, and then we're going to take those petals we've just made and stick them on. We're just going to use water, but you can use edible glue if you prefer. So just on the back of the petals we're just going to add water. Okay, and we're literally just going to start by pushing those into our cake. So I'll push that one in there because I've got a bit of a gap. And we're just going to move the petals around. And then we're going to stick the next one on, pushing it on. Again, just moving your petals around to where you want them to go. And obviously if you're making loads, you will build it up to like this side here, and then we've just got a petal folded in half, so I'll just do that to show you. Okay, so we've got our petal. I'm just going to put a bit of water in the middle again, and this time we're going to fold it in half like that. Now you can move the leaves around or the petals again as you want. Just going to put a little bit of water on the back, and then what we're going to do is you're just going to attach that to the top bit just on there, and you'll do that all the way around to cover that top line. Okay, and I'll show you a picture of the finished cake. Thank you for watching.
If you liked this video and would like to see more, please click on the images of the other videos suggested. Also, please do subscribe to my channel using the button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also visit my cake website and my Facebook page to see more cakes and ideas.